Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first edition of NFL Draft Triple Take, first edition 2024. We are, as always, sponsored by UPMC. I'm Mike Prisuta, joined as always by Dale Lolley and Matt Williamson. We've been doing this for a while now, discussing an upcoming draft and how we think the pieces may fall into place. But we're doing things a little bit different this year, and one of the differences, the opinions we are about to express, the wrong opinions that Matt and Dale are going to provide, and the insight that will be forthcoming from me. It's all our own opinions. We are not trumpeting what the Steelers may or may not do. We are not, for these purposes, affiliated with the Steelers. This is three guys sitting around talking NFL draft. So, fellas, welcome back. Ready to get at it?
Let's just shocked that they had us back.
Well, there are upsets in every draft. We're going to start today with our mock first round. And Dale, you're on the screen first. So let's take a look at your picks 1 through 10. Anything on here that you had to wrestle with or that you think is, especially enlightening?
Yeah, I think the first 5 guys are pretty chalky when you start looking at mock drafts, whatever order those guys go in. To me, I think one of the real wild cards in this draft goes at 6. Tight end Brock Bowers, because typically you don't see tight ends go that high, but you can't just look at him as a tight end. You have to look at him as a pass catcher. And so to me, I know the Giants, that may not be a screaming need for the Giants, another tight end, but you have to look at him like he's just a big wide receiver. One
of the caveats that we decided on before doing this was we weren't including potential trades. So that being the case, I think the Bears are for our purposes, not trading their quarterback and not trading the pick. So if they end up with Justin Fields throwing, who better to be on the receiving end than Marvin Harrison Jr.? Guys, he is my head and shoulders best receiver available. And that's just the old eye test, just watching some college football on Saturdays.
What conference did he play in?
He played in the Big Ten Conference.
Okay, just checking.
Drake May is my second quarterback to the Commanders, and I like him better than the other two. I might be a little bit on an island regarding that. But based on our no-trade scenario and Harrison going 1, I think the Atlanta Falcons would love this because Jaden Daniels of LSU would fall down to the Falcons at number 8. And the rest of it, as you said, Dale chalky. Matt, let's take a look at what you've got cooked up for picks 1 through 10.
Yeah, you mentioned the Falcons at 8, and this might be a little controversial as we sit here in the middle of February. But I think J.J. McCarthy's stock could really be on the rise in the media circles, when he goes to the Combine. Really, really good athlete, phenomenal in terms of, interviews, leadership, all that type of thing. But I do think the Falcons are going to be aggressive with the quarterback spot. So I didn't know exactly what to do with them.
All right, well, I think Terrion Arnold is the best cornerback in this draft. I think he's really good. At 12, then, I got Bo Nix going to the Denver Broncos. And wow. I think the reason I went with that, I think he kind of fits into what Sean Payton does offensively, getting the ball out quick, a lot of the shorter stuff. It's what he ran with Drew Brees to a certain degree. So I don't know if he's the next best quarterback, but I think that's where a good landing spot for him. And then, you're looking on down there, love Jackson Powers-Johnson, the center out of Oregon, but he goes at 17, and then that means the Steelers get Cooper DeJean. The do-everything cornerback, safety, return guy.
When you say do everything, Iowa. You are not exaggerating.
What conference did he play in?
The Big Ten Conference.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, I saw too much of that guy in Iowa City. Mike Prisuta's picks 11 through 20. I'll jump right down to the bottom. I have Jackson Powers-Johnson coming to Pittsburgh with the 20th overall pick. And Dale, I'm with you on Bo Nix. I got him going to the Raiders at 13. You had him to Denver at 12, but I think he's going to go higher than people think. I think they're going to love what they see of him in the workout stage of this, and he's got some ridiculous statistics, and I think he has the size and the experience. Quinion Mitchell, really interesting player to me. I got him going to Denver at number 12. One of, if not the best cornerback available. Matt, what do you have in this particular third of the first round?
Yeah, I have Guyton, who you had going 14, going to the Steelers. He looks like a left tackle. He moves like a left tackle. He actually looks like a power forward. He was really impressed with the Senior Bowl, but he's really only played on the right side. Steelers will figure that out. Powers Johnson's a guy we've brought up a couple times. I think he'd really stabilize that Jacksonville line. And then Byron Murphy I wanted to mention too. He's an extreme athlete. And you got to realize Seattle just, signed or hired, Baltimore's defensive coordinator. They want versatile, explosive defensive front guys. So I think that would be a good fit with the Seahawks.
Still one more third to get to as we continue taking a projection at the first round. And Dale, your picks 21 through 32.
Yeah, I mean, you start looking here and you're going to get to, obviously Cleveland does not have a first-round draft pick because they traded that away. But then you look at the Baltimore Ravens and they take Graham Barton here at the 30th pick. And they get some offensive line issues there. Some of their guys are getting a little bit old. Zeitler, their one of their guards, is a free agent upcoming. So I think it makes a lot of sense for them to take a guy in Barton who could play all over that line for them and just give them a little more versatility there. And, some of these other picks, you mentioned Guyton. I have him going to Dallas. We know Jerry Jones loves those Oklahoma guys. That would make some sense there. And then one of the other guys, Lab McConkey, going to Buffalo.
That's a little attention-getting.
Yeah, I think he's going to maybe go a little bit higher than some of the draft nicks have him going around. They have him going early second round. I think he can sneak into that first round. He's really good. And he just does everything well. And I like what I saw of him at the Senior Bowl.
Dale, you and I both have the same pick at 32nd overall. Keon Coleman going to the Chiefs. Really good athlete, played basketball as well as football at Michigan State before he went to Florida State.
Then he came to his senses and transferred, right?
I think if he'd have gotten to play in the college playoff, there'd be a whole lot more buzz about him than there is right now. But he's a big receiver who's incredibly athletic. Nothing really surprising in my 21 through 31. I have DeJean going a little bit lower than you guys at 25. But for the most part, and Matt, yours will probably confirm the same, we've basically got the same names here, just in different order.
Yeah, and actually with mine, I wanted to have the same spot with Baltimore.
Oh, you got Coleman at 28th.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to mention that one too. Diggs' production really fell in the second half of the season.
Yes, it did.
Gabe Davis is a free agent to be, so that makes a lot of sense to me. You and I both had Darius Robinson going to the Ravens. They want versatility in that front. They want explosiveness. He plays all up and down the line.
He's the first guy to me. We'll get to a number of these guys, but you look at him and you say, that guy's a blank.
A Raven.
And that guy's a Raven.
He really looks that way.
That particular guy. But there will be some other players where we think, oh, so-and-so, he should be a Packer or whatever.
Yeah.
That guy's a Raven, I think.
And then positionally at 29, I feel really confident that that's going to be a cornerback. And there's a lot of them in this class that fit the mold. I'm not sure which one will end up at 29, but they need a corner to put next to Sutton.
That's going to do it for us for this first edition of the NFL Draft Triple Take. Matt Williamson, Dale Lolley, and me, Mike Prisuta, we're going to be cranking this stuff out between now and the actual NFL Draft, which is scheduled for the end of April in Detroit. So you're going to want to keep it here for, just too many updates and insightful pieces of content to mention. But just keep checking back with Steelers.com and all of your Steelers social media platforms, and you'll find out what we think as the 2024 NFL Draft approaches. For Matt and Dale, I'm Mike. This has been the NFL Draft Triple Take, sponsored by UPMC.